firefighter saved by a man he saved years earlier. They say life moves in circles, but no one told Captain Elias Ward just how literal that could be. On a blistering July afternoon in Phoenix, where heat shimmers off asphalt and sirens cut through the haze, Elias raced toward a burning apartment block, unaware that fate was steering him back to a moment he'd long forgotten. Smoke bloomed upward, black and violent. The crowd gathered in the street, eyes wide, hands pressed to mouths. Fire chewed at balconies. Somewhere inside, someone was still trapped. Elias charged in, axe in hand, team behind him. He'd done this hundreds of times, but today something felt off. A floor beam groaned overhead. Inside, the world narrowed, crackling flames, choking heat, walls that pulsed red. He found the trapped resident, a young mother clinging to her son, and ushered them toward safety. But then, crash. The ceiling buckled. A beam fell. Elias shoved them forward, and the weight slammed across his shoulder. Pain burst like lightning. His legs buckled. He hit the ground. His radio hissed, but his voice barely formed words. Smoke swallowed him. For a moment, he feared the irony. Firefighters save others, seldom themselves. Then, footsteps. A silhouette through the haze. Someone was crawling toward him, someone not in uniform. Strong hands grabbed him under the arms, hoisting him. "I've got you. Hang on." The stranger shouted, dragging Elias through collapsing hallways, downstairs, out into blistering daylight, where medics rushed in. The stranger vanished into the crowd as Elias was loaded onto a stretcher. Hours later, in the hospital, Elias opened his eyes. A man stood at the foot of the bed, early 30s, sharp features, nervous smile. "You don't remember me," he said, "but I remember you." Years ago, Elias had pulled a boy, then just 16, from a smoldering wreck of a house fire. The boy had been unconscious, barely breathing. Elias had stayed with him in the ambulance, refusing to let go of his hand. That boy grew up, built a life, moved away, until he found himself visiting family in Phoenix, just in time to see the same firefighter crushed under flame. The realization hit Elias like oxygen to a starved flame. The circle had closed. The man leaned forward, eyes wet. "You saved me when you didn't have to," he whispered. "I just returned the favor." Phoenix burned on outside, but in that hospital room, Elias felt something deeper than pain. Gratitude, humility, wonder. Life had woven their paths together twice, once by duty, once by destiny. And as Elias recovered, he carried the reminder into each call. We never know whose life we're touching, or whose hands may lift us when we fall. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.